Today's video, I will give you a peek into my imagination with this new story I've been thinking of. My mind goes all over the place, and I create a bunch of these stories. You know, I don't get to writing them all. Let me just say that I don't get to writing them all, but I create stories in case in the future I want to come back and let me expand off of this. Let me go off of this idea and create something good. Just in case. But I will be talking about my story called Red District today, while playing Minecraft. So please enjoy the background. Please enjoy the gameplay, or just enjoy listening to me if you're gonna have me in like the background or the side. But anyway, please enjoy. The overview of the story is this world has many organizations, but all are split into three major districts: Red District, Jade District, Amber District. Jade District is where all the guards are trained and where trading is done. Amber District is the main living district, where the government is also located, with most major cities kept within. Red District, that's where the people with powers, who are known as wielders, are kept under surveillance. Nobody's allowed in, and nobody's allowed out. But people will go to drastic measures when they've had enough. That is the overview, and I put a decent amount of thought into it. If you think it could be edited or changed in some way, please let me know. I'm very open to suggestions. Now, let me get into the factions that I've thought of so far. Remember, all of these are subject to change. I haven't, started writing. It's still in like the I'm thinking about it phase, and it's actually a story that I really want to get into writing because I don't know. It hits home. I don't know the word for it, but it just feels right. It just feels right. It's one of those things. Have you ever picked something up or started doing something, whether it be like a sport or a video game, maybe a book or even a career, and it just clicked? Like I don't know, something about it clicked. Something about it speaks to you. Have you ever felt something like that? Because that's how the story feels for me. Like when I started thinking about it, the more I thought about it, I was like, whoa, this just feels right. This just feels like it could become a good story. It could become something great. But there's something missing. But the factions are the Jade District Security Force. I abbreviated it to the JDSF. There's the Government of Amber Capital, or GAC, GAC, and then the Anti-Wielder Defense Force, the AWDF. I feel like the AWDF, oh my gosh, I almost tongue twisted that. Anyway, I thought the AWDF was a pretty cool name, and I set it up to be. It sounds like I set it up to be some sort of main antagonistic faction of some sort. And then, aside from those three, there's Libertia. It's spelled Libertia. Libertia, although a rebellion, prefers peaceful advances, but if that goes wrong, then they will take violence into consideration, but they'll never take a life unless necessary. So, if they are being held at gunpoint with no other option, and their only option is to kill the person holding them at gunpoint, although they don't want to do it, and although it goes against their morals, they will. The people of Libertia will. But never off the bat, oh, screw you, poo, poo, poo. Never like that. They are, so the people are split into wielders and non-wielders, which is people with powers and people without powers. Libertia is a group of peaceful wielders who just want to let wielders and non-wielders live together in harmony. And the main protagonist of the story is actually in this faction, so do with that what you will. But there is another faction surrounding wielders known as Fury. They're the second wielder rebellion. There were. I'm gonna read the overview. The second wielder rebellion. There were other wielder formed rebellions, but they were either disbanded, destroyed by the AWDF and JDSF, or fused with Fury or Libertia. Fury is considered a more violent and dangerous rebellion, led by a woman who's able to use the abilities of anybody who willingly allows her to copy theirs. They have 7 commanders, each with dangerous abilities in their own right. I thought they would be like a cool, like Libertia and Fury are like yin and yang. Like one is good, one is bad. But I didn't want them to be like a villain, an antagonistic, like an actual villain, like the bad guy of the story. I didn't want Fury to be the bad guy of the story. They're led by this woman named Savina Lever. She's the leader of Fury, like I just said, and she has the ability to copy the ability of anybody who willingly allows her to, like I just said. And the reason why she is leading Fury is because, like the people of Libertia and Libertia's leaders, she is tired of... okay, before I continue this, let me just say, in this world, if it isn't clear by now, Red District is basically like a giant jail for people with powers. And Jade District is like the ones surveying them, keeping them in check, because how I envision the world is the best way I could put it is, Attack on Titan, how there's city, wall, city, wall, city. It's similar to that. It's similar to that, but not exactly that. So, but Jade District is the closest to Red District and is in between Red District and Amber District. And they make sure no wielders get out, and they kill the ones that do. So yeah, non-wielders, the people with no powers, are much deadlier than the people with powers. But before you say, what? That doesn't make sense. It's because they managed to develop things that could stop their powers. For example, like handcuffs designed specifically to suppress the powers of any wielder, no matter what their power is, whether it be super strength, invisibility, flight, letting them control things with their mind. No matter what it is, it nullifies and suppresses that power. Have you seen the X-Men? Yeah, Deadpool 2. How they had the collar that nullifies the powers, the one that almost caused. Oh, spoiler warning for Deadpool 2 that came out years ago. If you haven't seen it, I'll say one more time. Skip 10 to 20 seconds if you don't want to be spoiled. Okay? Anyway, you had your chance. You had your chance if you haven't seen the movie. Deadpool had this thing around his neck that nullified his regeneration and everything. So when he had it on, he was shot and he was dying. So it's something like that. Something that nullifies their powers. That's what the handcuffs are. It's something that nullifies their powers. Don't ask me how. Someone in the story was smart enough to make it. I'm not. But yeah, that's so. people without powers, non-wielders, are afraid of wielders, so they created all this stuff to nullify them, and they actually struck first. The history in the world is that, like, the wielders were living in peace, and then the non-wielders were like, oh no, they have powers, poof, 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 and started killing them off one by one and forcing them to give up and surrender their freedom. And the main character, his name is Bingo. He's part of Libertia, and he strongly believes that there is a way that wielders and non-wielders can live together in peace. So whatever he does, whenever he's out trying to cooperate and negotiate with a non-wielder who is quite ready to shoot him in the face, if need be, at the slightest movement, he still thinks that there is a chance. Even if it's a small chance, he thinks that there's a chance that things can end peacefully, that non-wielders and wielders can live together in peace. But Savina, the leader of Fury, she was like Bingo. She had his same mindset, his same morals, his same way of thinking, his optimism, his everything. She was just like him. She was a splitting image of him. Until her husband and her child died. And when they died, she snapped. As I feel any grieving woman who lost her husband and her kid would. Especially in a world like this. She snapped. She lost the morals. She lost her morals, her optimism, her like peaceful outlook. She lost all of that and decided, you know what? If we want to live in peace, we can't go about this peacefully. We have to force them to agree with us, because that's the only way they will. And that's the mindset she adopted. And that's why Libertia and Fury clash heads in the story. I say in the story, even though I haven't written the story or even started it. But they clash heads. And that's the main reason. Of course, I kind of wanted to, like... If you made it this far, please let me know if you'd like it if I made her go like, oh, okay, I see. Let's try going about this peacefully. Please, if you made it this far, let me know if you want her to be like that, like becomes an ally. Well, albeit reluctantly, like, okay, I'll follow you and hope things turn out peaceful. But if they don't, and things fail, I'm going to take this into my own hands. Fury's going to run the show, and we're going to kill all of those people who stand in our way and force the government of Amber District, because the government of Amber District is like the bosses of the world, pretty much. Yeah, she'd be like, yeah, well, we're going to show them what's up. We're going to make them agree to peace, whether it be at gunpoint or not. We will make them agree. Would you like it if she was like that? Or if she just stayed a villain and ended up dying? like many antagonists do when they don't change their minds. Because I feel like there's a lot of stories where the antagonist is, they have... You could sympathize with them. You could see where they're coming from. You could be like, okay, I understand why they're doing this. Even though it's evil, I can see why they're doing this. And they end up dying anyway, because they're like dead set on achieving their goals their way, instead of seeing it through the protagonist's eyes, which is basically going to get them to the same destination, just going about it a little humane, a more humane way, a better way. That sounds like a commercial. A better way. That is a commercial. Anyway. Please let me know if there's anything you'd like me to add to this story. If you made it this far, please let me know if you found this interesting. Yeah, I feel like I went a little bit off topic. I did start rambling at certain points. And I'm sorry, but that's all I'll be talking about for today. This will actually be not a Xynzini Talks video. I think I said that in the beginning. It's not going to be a Xynzini Talks video. It's going to be part of another series where I just talk about random stuff. I have yet to name it. But if you made it this far, please let me know how your day has been, how your week has been, actually. Let me know how your week has been. Was it good? Was it bad? I hope it was good. And I hope every week and every day for you, for the rest of your life, is amazing. My name is Xynzini. I'm often live on Twitch, and I have a TikTok. They're both under the name Xynzini, Xynzini. And please, check me out over there and follow me on both. I would really appreciate it. And leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to me if you liked listening to this story. I do want to talk more about it, and I also want to continue Xynzini Talks. So I'll have to make 1 week this, 1 week that sort of thing. But yeah, have a good rest of your day or good night, depending on whenever you're watching this. Make sure you eat. Make sure you drink water. Make sure you rest well, because all of that's important for you to stay healthy. And it would mean a lot to me if you stayed healthy. A lot. But again, that'll be all for today. That'll be all for today. And I will see you next week. Next week, Wednesday. For now, have a good rest of your week. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.